Well, dude, I'd love for you to introduce them, but what are you guys working on right now for Mercy then, if you guys care to fill us in?
Yeah, we're part of the DAOs.fun team, so we're part of the launch team. As far as where the raise is happening, so we've been chatting like basically every day, many times a day. Oh, small issue with this one, small issue with that one, getting them ironed out one by one. So it's been a lot of fun. It's fun to have such a fun, I've been listening to the stream now for close to an hour. It's a very ambitious vision and a very capable set of operators coming together. So it's super exciting to see this vision play out.
Awesome. You guys must be proud to be hosting this on your platform. DAO's fun.
That's a you damn betcha. And I talked to Mercy. Like, I mean, it's maybe like a full month, 6 weeks. 2 months ago. I mean, it's been like a while since we had our first conversations about it. So it's been fun to have it, bubbling and bubbling and bubbling. And now today is the day. The launch is half filled.
Nice. I guess I just got to ask you, you see some crazy stacked teams come through there. How does ICM run, kind of compared to what you've seen?
Yeah, we haven't seen anything like this, possibly ever, and for a very long time at the very least. It's to get the quality of like people on the party round. I mean, Luca Nets. It's tough to imagine. That's on a very unique tier, and everyone else. I mean, it's just like there's a lot of heavy hitters through here. So and the thing too is like the interesting thing is that everyone has the same goal, everyone has the same vision, everyone wants like these outcomes to happen, everyone wants to bring people on chain, wants to bring companies on chain. It just actually takes the execution factor to get this done. So that's what's exciting for me.
Yeah, Mercy, if you want to quickly, because we didn't get to it, give them some edification, quick let us know who they are.
Yeah, shout out PA in the house.
Go Birds.
I won't leak who. Go fucking Birds, bro. Fucking right.
I actually am a
yes.
Steelers fan, so I can't support that.
I
did a fist
bump. Same.
Yeah, Steelers get a pass, but you guys have to understand.
Wow.
I'm from Philly.
We call him filthy over here.
I'm the problem you avoid at sports events in Philadelphia.
Well, hey, low key, the three of us realized randomly after we started streaming together that we all have a Pittsburgh connection. So
that's wild. Okay, hey, I'm cool with Pittsburgh. You guys get the PA pass, like, you know what I mean? We're not like New York here where we hate certain teams from certain areas of New York.
I gotta touch on something you said, Mercy. You said you're the fan. You don't want to interact with that Eagles game. Is this should the DAO be worried about this?
No, yeah. I mean, if that's the worry, I mean, like the current meta on DAO is full on-chain terrorism with the agents they're building. So I'm probably the least problem. We're probably the most suit and tie launch on DAO right now because it's straight like waifu, titties, all that, like all through DAO. But I fuck with the culture. It's not me. It's not my culture, but I fuck with the culture. And obviously, nobody would give it credit, but Bao and what the DAO Fund team had built for AI16Z was like really ahead of its time. Good technology, really, really ahead of its time. These DAO Fund team get so much fucking shit, and I always hated that because people who build innovative protocols that are new, that do break certain rules, catch so much shit from the people who are using a permissionless product. It's like blaming. I can't explain it. It's like blaming the vending machine for your snack being bad. Do you know what I mean? And I've always found that so problematic with DAO Fund. I always like the technology for teams that want to accelerate, move fast, want to be nimble, don't want to go through the rigmarole and 30 legal layers of launching a syndicated DAO. This is an environment where you can take a risk on DAO and you can bet on that risk. And I always love DAO Fund for that. I knew Danny and Roy too from a while back too, even before I worked on another DAO, X Combinator. I had a lot of fun helping those guys come to market. Shout out Doge, shout out JP. They're also in this DAO particularly. My PFP is a Doge Capital PFP. I love that ecosystem because they're all devs and builders. And that was like my initial start. And the DAO Fund was like really get involved with them as an operator. Now, as a trader, I trade anything and everything. I trade rugs all day too. You know, like I'll trade anything. You know, but like as an operator, as a builder, DAO Fund's phenomenal. One of the most culturally important launch pads in the Solana ecosystem, and I really look forward to seeing ICM teams use DAO Fund to launch too. I think it's very funny. I think a lot of people, we've been talking about this whole conversation about like creating this environment where the team can choose the best environment. You know, when we do this AI, I'm doing an AI vibe coding hackathon. I don't even think Danny really know about this. I only told Bao about it, but I leaked it on stage, so I'll confirm it. We're doing an AI hackathon with a really popular YouTuber that has a really big Discord for AI vibe coding. I vibe code all day, like all day long. I don't get any sleep anymore because of it. And we're going to be, our goal is to like bring these launchpad partners of ours around this AI vibe coding environment and introduce. And I think like DAO's Fund is super relevant now with the agentic aspect of like how you guys are doing this agent release. There's gonna be some really cool tie-ins there. And I'm obviously super bullish on these guys, you know, and they've been super helpful for us bringing the DAO together. I was really nervous, I'll admit, when I first was considering using DAO Fund because there's a lot of people who have this philosophy that you have like what's called like, you know, market leader bleed, which means like depending on how well the market leader on a particular launchpad does, it will impact how successful another has. And I've decided just to break those rules and say, I'm not worried about it. Like, I think a lot of the teams that created DAOs before, they had good intentions, but poor execution. That's not the DAO Fund team's fault. That's not like a permission launchpad's fault. Their responsibility is to build good tech, and the tech for DAO Fund is phenomenal. Like it's really, really good tech. And for our use case, most DAOs do raise capital, and their value vector is using the capital to swap on chain into other coins essentially and create treasury value as that value vector. For us, we'll be creating it, we'll be incubating it and actually properly creating the value. And DAO's Fund made the most sense for that. It's the fastest place for us to do it. There's really nowhere else we could have done exactly what we're doing right now, and we can move at the speeds that we want to move at, and at for the risk appetite too for people who want to bet on this as well. So I know I'm kind of like glazing you guys here, but you know, I love
the glaze, and it's rightfully earned. Dude, I have a very interesting question for the DAO's Fund team. You know, through building DAO's Fund, you've had like, you know, highs and lows, crazy launches. You know, what's the biggest thing you've learned that you think is going to really help you in pushing forward ICM.run with this launch and what they're building for ICM?
Honestly, what occurs to me is just sort of getting the basics right. There's like, you know, people think crypto's like a whole new business with new rules and everything, but people do business with people they know, like, and trust, and they do business with people that like get the job done. So it's honestly just getting the basics done and things like this. You know, we've besides like just tidying up a few things, we've had to change almost nothing about the platform to like make sure that this launch runs. And Mercy's been the best operator of the DAO as far as like running stuff outside of the platform and like up and down. So it's it's been going well.
And I would just add, like, don't be afraid to try stuff, and if something that you try works, lean into it, you know? Like, I think that we're a pretty experimental team in the sense that there'll be a week where it's like, hey guys, why don't we just try adding this feature and see what happens? And then it's like, all right, let's do it. And then if people like the feature, we continue iterating on it and refining it. If not, then we get rid of it, you know? And I think being able to kind of like adjust and like pivot in real time based on what your users are saying and how they're using your platform is really important. And Bowski leads the team to do that in a really substantial way, I would say.
So, you know, Zuckerberg says move fast and break things. Would you guys say you kind of subscribe to that belief?
Yeah, I'd say that's that's fair.
we do break things sometimes.
Breaking more than moving fast, or moving fast more than breaking?
This is what I'd say. The big thing we rolled out recently is sort of the GoonFi agent platform, and that has like truly literally nothing to do with decentralized autonomous organizations or DAOs. And so it's like, you know, but it's been working though. So there's like, you know, you got to think a little bit outside of the box sometimes.
Absolutely. Mercy, I remember you were about to say something here. So
yeah, I wanted to say that, like, you know, I hate launchpad competition. I think it's like such a low testosterone sign that like you care about competitors. Like the dumbest thing you could do is like be like, oh, this launchpad, this launchpad, that. I've gotten some grift, and here's the grift I got. The grift I got was that why isn't Bao a mentor in this? Why isn't Bao, championing this? That exact sentiment is the same exact sentiment I hate in the Believe app ecosystem. Whenever people say, why isn't Pasternak retweeting? Why isn't Pasternak? Bao does not inherently believe in Believe app and ICM in its current state. He believes in ICM's future, but not in its current state. It'd be the most wrong thing for him to do just to get some allocation and some DAO launching his launchpad if he doesn't believe in it. And that's so important to me. Bao and I have spoken at length privately about this too, because there are people that would say that like his competitors are on this, right? Like Bao's own competitors, like DAO's World, Metaprofit, like, these guys are contributors to DAO. It's not about like, launchpad competition. It's about like, we're innovating on ICM. We're creating this watering hole for it. If you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. Like you being like, which launchpad it on is like being like, like what kind of Uber are we getting picked up in? It's like, that mindset is exactly what pigeonholes like acceleration and innovation. And there's a reason why these individuals who would be deemed, Bao's competitors are signing up here, because we all trust the tech. The tech is good. We don't have to question if it works. If we questioned if it worked, they wouldn't sign up for it, right? We all trust DAO Fund technology for that, because they did focus on fundamentals. They didn't focus on, vanity metrics. They didn't create these, flashy wheels of like, what the DAO did this. They focus on the core things. We want to make sure that people can get into the pre-sale. We want to make sure they get one-to-one tokens at the treasury, and they need to be able to get that treasury at the end. Very simple stuff. You don't have to overthink these wheels. And I'm super stoked for it. And I'm like, obviously very bullish on like building on this. And, I've always hated this, like this founder sentiment with launch pads that they need to like back and champion. Like Bao and you guys are on a fucking run with agents right now, and it'd be like the most counterintuitive thing for him to like become a mentor at ICM.run, because it's not inherently like what he believes in. And I think that's important, right? I've always respected founders that like stand on like what they believe in, like stand on like what they believe in, because I stand on what I believe in. I'm putting my own risk on the plate for what I believe in, right? And yeah, I'm obviously, there's a couple of really good things I'm really excited for DAO's Fund. I think like I like that you guys are going to continue working on like governance stuff. I was telling some of the gents up here, like I can't wait for when we can do like the initial votes to talk about when we end the DAO. I'm excited for you guys to roll out more technology for like minting and doing votes to mint more supply if we want to be able to introduce investors, stuff like that. So I know you guys are currently working on a lot of that, and I know you guys are murdering on the agentic side. Like, what triggered all the agentic side? I'm very curious. Like what got you guys to jump on that?
Yeah, honestly, mostly like, not to be cringe, but like thinking from first principles. What do people like? Like they like gambling, they like gooning, and just so I think that was honestly how it got started. Is in like it was an unusual idea at first, even internally. We're like, are you guys sure? Like this doesn't really make sense. We've been working on this other stuff, but like it we kept pushing at it, and then it sort of fell into place in the market, so it ended up working out. I also think your point about the launch pads like competing against each other it's a zero-sum thing, and I agree, because I think in the 5-year time horizon, the 10, the 15, the 50-year time horizon, like this is going to be a much different landscape, and it's not going to make, but like I think most businesses are going to have some type of launch pad mechanism to them. But so then, like, to compare like a social app versus like an agent app versus other apps, it's just not going to make that much sense. You can compare them based on the trading volume, you can compare them based on this, like you will be able to compare them, but like it won't like it won't make that much sense, because I think we're going to see a real diversity of products come out around these launch pads, and we're seeing that with ICM too, that where it's like it doesn't make that much sense to compare like an ICM project to an agent to a like vanilla meme coin to this or that. So I think it's obviously everyone checks the Jupiter leaderboards now and then, but I think like overly focusing on that, growing the pie, which I know is your guys' priority, is a much more valuable proposition, and that doesn't show on the Jupiter 100% chart, where you can only win like 100% of the pie. It doesn't really reward you for growing the pie on that chart.
Dude, spot on. I think, I'd really be curious to know, how has ICM run? It has this very collaborative environment. Have you had more meaningful conversations with other, launch pads and stuff that you maybe didn't have before kind of working with Mercy?
Honestly, myself, no, I haven't been in touch with a lot of people, but I do think like internally, and I think across the culture too, people are starting to shift away from the PvP thing. And part of that's like driven by traders and like just general sentiment, where people are like, oh, people complain about the PvP. It's like if similar coins launch on different launch pads, all the traders start complaining about it because they just want one runner. And like this, I think we're reaching this sort of state of maturity in the market where people, I think as a whole, are realizing that it's not a zero-sum game between everyone.
Yeah. I think you guys are spot on. I know we got Kevin in the waiting room. I'd love to bring you guys up at some point, get you on MCG and pick your brains further. But right now we're moving through it. So if you guys want to come up later when we're chilling, please, feel free to come up and chat.
And what the fuck, guys? Sneak us into the goddamn bundle on one of these agents, man. What the fuck, dude? You guys are literally caballing so many agents right now, bro. Sneak the MCG crew into the bundle, bro.
This is all we ask. This is all we ask.
Help us eat, man.
Dude, if you figure out how to get in them, please let me know, because I haven't gotten in them either.
Josh has a family. He's got kids. He needs this.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, disclaimer: there's no bundles. I'm just joking. These guys are helping a lot of cool teams.
Yeah, the best move I can say is put Bowski on notifications.
Seems so.
Yeah.
What about notifications on DAO? When am I going to get like the on-chain notification when like an agent releases? I need that. That's what I really need. Right now I'm like following your contract and getting like an app notification when a new pair gets created.
Yeah, exactly. We have the most rudimentary notifications up for the app, but definitely will be a prio moving forward.
Well, yeah, and discoverability of new agents and that kind of thing is definitely on our roadmap as well, because it is somewhat tough at the moment. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for having us on. We're really excited for ICM, and yeah, I'm super pumped to see how this goes. I think you've done a great job curating your mentors and your list, and yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Let's run it up, boys. Guys. Really appreciate it.
Let's go.
Thank you. And I just want to announce here on stream, this show and ICM.Run channel combined, we've hit over 5,000 viewers, 5.3 thousand viewers. We are bigger than Real Vision, and we were bigger than Mario Nawfal like an hour ago. But Mario, his stream jumps up quick. So, but
soon.
Some good tech.
Good tech.
I just want to say I'm getting a lot of my alpha on DAO's Fun. I'm following a really important account. If you want to see who I'm following, it's just me on DAO's Fun. So if you guys want more alpha, follow me on DAO's Fun. I'm following the only important account there. It's me on DAO's Fun.
There we go.
Hell yeah, guys. Thank you.
Of course, man. Talk soon.
Appreciate it, guys.
Peace. There, guys.